now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
If you a street dude and don't know your worth, I'm about to break down the mathematics to you, man. And that's the fireman, police department, prison, reaction channels, the morgue, mortician. Everybody makes money off the street dude when they get smoked out here, except the street dude. So if you ever want to know how much you worth, go look at one of your homeboys that was popping or had an internet presence and go on the internet and watch how many people run content off of him, and just think about everybody else that made money off of it. Well, here we is today. WAC 100, Adam 22. They on here talking about the gang culture. It's Flacco and Hot Water for talking about gang culture. We covered that a few days ago, but now we're going to hear these two go back and forth. Now, they both making some sense. They both making sense. You're getting it from one perspective, and then you're getting it from a street guy perspective. The one on the left side of me and the one on the right side of me, you're going to see who know the information and who's gathering information. And it ain't just him. It's a lot of guys who not from this world that a lot of y'all get y'all money to, man. Yeah, you're basically giving your money away when you get these people content that y'all put on here that y'all not getting paid for. So anyway, we're gonna go over here and check out this content on No Jumper, and we're gonna get into this, man. Flacco is in Hot Water in LA, and then we're gonna talk about the gang war that's going on that these guys kind of hit on. They didn't say they hoods, but if if you from out here, then you should know these areas. We're gonna get to this content, man, but first y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get to the content. Let's go. All right, let's get over here to No Jumper, see what they talking about, man. Let's go.
As I said, we're getting off to a hot start here. You know what I'm saying? You like that? Y'all, talking about time zones, talking about on head.
And I don't appreciate y'all trying to tag team my student, homie.
Student?
All you buster ass niggas sitting in here talking crazy what the homie didn't. You know what I'm saying? And Hefe didn't.
Who's your student?
Flacco. You know what I'm saying? Y'all leave the homie alone. You know what I'm saying? He run the streets of LA when it come to the YouTube streets.
So
it's a fact.
You've decided to be his protector now.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm just a mentor.
Okay.
If you notice, there's been a change in his content and his details. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
He got access to the exposed award chest.
Really? You put him in a group chat?
No, well, me and him was in the chat, but if he needs something, I said, Flacco, before you jump out the window on some of your stuff be on point, but then you would say something that's like so far off, it throws the rest of it off. Just call and let me know. He said, I thought you would have a problem. I ain't got a problem with you running. I said, bro, anything that's on the internet, anything that these bozos that can't bury themselves, that want to incriminate themselves, put on the internet, you got the right to use that.
All right, let's stop right there. In some sense, yes. Anything, matter of fact, he's right. Everything that's on the internet, you have the right to use it, to make content out of it as you wish. But you got to pick and choose your battles too. See, a lot of people, they not going to tell y'all this stuff, man. They going to tell you the glory. They ain't going to tell you the full story. The full story is the dudes that's in the streets, like I said before. These are not internet dudes. Yeah, they get on the internet and antagonize their enemies. Yeah, they do that. All these youngsters doing that. But them are the ones that's out there putting the work in for free. Not caring about no cameras, any of that stuff. These are the guys who risk their life every day to get up to catch somebody slipping that they don't get along with and smoke them. Now, if they feel that way about some of these cats on the internet, if these dudes catch you in their section, if they smoking people for free, imagine what they gonna do to you if you get on their bad side. They probably won't smoke you because you ain't out there going to war with them like they enemies, but they probably beat you real decent, real good. And if they gonna record it and sell the tape back to you, however they gonna do it, that's what some of them will do. But they'll do this stuff for free all day, every day. I don't play with the killers on the streets. I'm not the guy that's bringing no new information to the internet. I do the same thing they just said. If I see it on here, use it, but be prepared for what come with it.
Can't bury themselves seems like an attack.
No, that's a reality. The truth could never be considered disrespect.
Well, yeah.
Because check this out.
No one can bury themselves once they're dead.
No bullshit. I'm buried already.
Okay.
I know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. These fools run around here, they buying Jordans, Gucci belts, they spending, I don't know how much eighths of weed costs, all this shit, fake jewelry. Even if it's fake, it costs something, right? Bro, and I say this, and I swear, don't call me about no gang member. If he wasn't my family, wasn't my people, and they know who they are. Don't call me about no gang members GoFundMe. I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah, why?
It costs every bit of
Your homie just walked in here with no shirt on. Just
$25 to $30 a month to make sure your family ain't selling dinners, doing car washes, and stressing about how they gonna bury you. So if you can go buy Gucci belts, you can go buy.
Yep, I agree. I agree with that. I remember I seen somebody I know that was balling on the streets, had the Dana Danes, all that at one point. And then when they got unalive, they had to throw car washes and feed them and sell plates and all that type of stuff for them to get buried. You have to put some money up, man. You got to put some up for a rainy day. My grandpa used to say, though, my grandpa said this, man. He said, y'all better not waste y'all money burying me. Y'all could dig a hole in the backyard and throw my ass up in there. Don't waste y'all money up on me. He already knew he wasn't leaving us nothing. So don't waste your money because you ain't got nothing coming for me. Let's get back to this.
Buy an eighth of weed a day. You can spend $1 a day to make sure you got a $30,000, $40,000 little policy to make sure you go on the ground, and maybe you can leave $5,000, $10,000 for your little baby to go into.
All right, let me start right here. Yeah, I heard before this conversation started, Adam 22 said that sounded kind of like offensive, like it seemed like a target, because the guy who just passed away I think about a month ago, almost a month ago, he had a GoFundMe. His people had a GoFundMe on the internet where they couldn't bury him without some help. Cash App and all that stuff. So this seems to me that it's reference to that, because he the only one who just got unalived and they was asking for a GoFundMe, and it was a big old deal on the internet. So let's get back to this.
An account, so when they 18, something's there. I'm just being real.
Maybe we should get a life insurance sponsor so that we can kind of work with them to influence.
I got one. I've been putting it together. You want to do it under no jumper?
Sure.
All right. I
pay a significant amount for life insurance.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Whole lot.
Yeah. Sometimes it feels kind of stupid. Like, why don't I just use this money now? Like, what the fuck do I care about what happens after I die?
Well, it's not about you. It's about
the family.
You knowing that ain't no stress and strain. And now, if you know your account, a lot of these dudes, they ain't got bank accounts. They living on what's in their pocket.
Yeah, I mean,
you know that?
Okay. Financial literacy within, let's say, the hip hop community.
The black community. Say it how you don't know hip hop community. It's the black community. You're right. A lot of financial dudes don't have the bank accounts. They do have financial literacy. They don't know. Nobody teaches this. They teach us how to shine, how to floss, how to spend the money, not how to save the money and utilize the money. The money is a tool. They don't show us that. We always in competition. Even if you look on here, you see a lot of people in competition with the next person. When everybody gets some money and put it up, utilize it, and do something with it. Let's get to this.
It's not great.
Flacco addresses that.
Yeah, I mean, there's just like a lot of stuff, like it just things I've seen over the years on Melrose and et cetera, where it's just like, you know, people just spend money like absolute idiots. But the rappers too, like even the people who've made it, it's like they're spending huge amounts of money on clothes and jewelry just to keep up this image that they're doing better than they are.
My thing is this: you cannot blame Flacco for being a great researcher. If you put it on the internet, if this dude say, I'm dropping my low, pull up. And then some dudes pull up and get you out of here. And then the next day they go do a song and say, yeah, you drop your low, but you ain't here no more. And mention his name. And Flacco says, drop the low, enemy, this, okay, this is my content.
He wouldn't know if y'all wouldn't drop it. You got some people that's going to talk about it. They going to see it. They going to talk about it. Don't matter what it is. They going to talk about it. If you don't put it on here, they won't have nothing to talk about. But then again, they going to war. The gang members going to war. They having fun. They already, the gang members be already emotional. One of their homies just got smoked. These not no critical thinkers. These some a reaction out of emotion. You know what I'm saying? So when they see somebody that they don't like talking about something they doing, and the way they saying they not even mad. They probably not mad he's talking about it. They mad he's not saying it the right way. Nah, man, you was supposed to say, man, such and such went up in there and laid him down. Man, they want to get recognized for the crimes. Let's get back to this.
You gave it to him.
What if he puts the pieces of the puzzle together, but he's wrong about the details? And then you have somebody out here who said something in a song that was like meant to be generic or meant to be about somebody else, and now all of a sudden he's being accused of basically bragging about a murder that he actually didn't want to have any involvement with, and then Flacco's out here putting this narrative out there. What then?
If you say, listen, if your
good question. Adam 22 said a good question. He said, if you putting a narrative out there, you making up your own stuff, you adding on some different stuff other than what's supposed to be talking about, then you making up your own scenario. That would be something for somebody to get mad about. Let's get back to this. See how Wack gonna answer this.
Get killed Monday.
Right.
It's not wise for you to drop a song Tuesday. In reference to anything or any details, you're putting up shit on your story. Don't come buy weed in this neighborhood, and you from there, and it happened there, and it been a 30-year war going on.
When I see Poke do that, I feel like that's him. If anything, that's him acknowledging that he didn't have anything to do with it. So why not make fun of it?
You and Blush got the same weird mentality. How is that? Seeing that, saying that's acknowledgement that he didn't have. He's saying, don't come by over in this neighborhood. That ain't acknowledgement. That's a warning. You see what happened?
Okay, but he's definitely not saying, hey, I did this.
Yeah, but here goes the thing.
It don't matter if you say I didn't do it. You still talking about it. You gonna make the block hot. A hot one just happened. You got hip hop police. You got the internet police who watching all these channels. Hear you say something like that, then it just made the block hot. That's all. Now the block is hot because you on the internet on a song rapping about it.
Him, you're from there. That neighborhood is there. The war with dude's neighborhood is your neighborhood.
Right.
It just was an unaliving across the street that we all saw 3 weeks prior to. You ain't supposed to say, I guarantee you his G homie hit him and said, bro, what is you doing on the internet? First and foremost, this is inner city LA. We know who hood it is, but it could have been anybody. The minute you go to doing that, you alerting law enforcement, okay, let's do a sweep. You get what I'm saying?
Maybe he doesn't have anything to worry about.
It ain't about him. He got a whole
tied up the loose ends.
He got a whole community over there that's walking around, driving around.
Nobody is bigger than the program. Nobody is bigger than the program. No matter who it is, who you think you are. You go against the grain, you're going to have a lot of people that's going to be upset about it. Unless you don't care and you one of them guys who going to knock down everybody that come your way because you ain't playing. If you ain't like that, then yeah, you making the block hot and you're going to have everybody in some hot water.
Certain things, like when something like that happen, we get quiet.
So Flacco putting the narrative together is okay, but people who are actually from that community making comments about it, that's not okay?
It don't start with Flacco and end with Flacco. It start with the dudes in the streets putting it on the internet. If they don't never put it on the internet, it's not there to talk about. Flacco is the scariest dude in LA County.
Okay.
He not driving down Crenshaw, Slauson, Manchester, Florence, goddamn Fig. No.
He not the only one. It's a whole bunch of people that's not driving down these streets. They not going down. I'm not going down them streets. I'm one of them. I'm not going down them streets. But there's some people on the internet that can't go down them streets either. Because guess what? It's going to be some trouble for a lot of people that be on this internet, man. A lot of people was wanted. It's a lot of dudes on here wanted. I might be one of them too. That's why I don't go outside. Anyway, let's get back to this.
Flacco sitting in his spot on his laptop.
As he should be.
Scrolling through.
He should have a desktop set up.
If you leave it there for him to see, how could you get mad? You can't get mad, bro.
Fair enough. Okay, but I had a thought process when I've been kind of watching this whole Hoover Crip things, a little war that seems like it's playing out. You can watch videos that basically illustrate how a lot of these different killings possibly are interconnected. And I've kind of sat back and had the thought process of like, everybody wants to act like podcasts are the thing that's stirring up a lot of drama and shit, but
in some way it is, because the podcasters are the ones who's talking about it, highlighting it. It's like going to the NFL players. They're out there making all the touchdowns, but then when you see the highlights, it amplifies the game. It make the game look way more intense than it was watching the full game. It's them highlights, them reels. And that's what some of the guys on here do. They highlight it.
As far as I know, none of this shit has been going on with people who are in the public eye, podcasters, etc. So here we have Flacco rushing to do his job and kind of turn this into more of an internet thing that it's been so far. He's calling people the prime minister of certain hoods. He's kind of trying to like sculpt this beef into something.
All right. They got a point over here. They making some sense. But at the end of the day, they can say what they want to say about Flacco, and whoever else do the same thing. You make the information accessible, people going to talk about it. You put it on the internet, people going to talk about it. Nobody is going to go into them police stations and them news channel telling them don't talk about it. So don't put your information on the internet. Well, I feel like deja vu, like we did this already. But anyway, y'all can go over here and watch this on No Jumper and catch up on the rest, because there's some good conversation they got going on over here. Let's go. So this is No Jumper. I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with the channel. Leave y'all thoughts in the comment section. It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.